సిపిఎం పాలిట్ బ్యూరో సభ్యులు నీలోత్పల్ బాస్ గారు విజయవాడ నగరంలో కొన్ని పార్టీ సమావేశాల్లో పాల్గొనేందుకు ఇచ్చేశారు. అదేవిధంగా రేపు నాగార్జున యూనివర్సిటీలో కూడా కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఇటీవల విడుదల చేసిన నూతన విద్యా విధానం మీద జరిగే సెమినార్లో కూడా పాల్గొంటారు. ఆ సందర్భాన్ని పురస్కరించుకొని ఈ రోజున ఈ పత్రికా విలేకరుల సమావేశాన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసాం. వచ్చిన మీ అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు. నీలోత్పల్ బాస్ గారు ఇంతకుముందు 1986లో విద్యార్థి రంగ మహాసభలో విజయవాడలో జరిగినప్పుడు అక్కడ ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శిగా, ఆ రోజు ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శిగా కూడా ఎన్నికై విద్యార్థి ఉద్యమం అభివృద్ధిలో విశేష కృషి కూడా చేశారు. అంత మీ పరిచయం కోసం, ఎందుకంటే 86లోనే ఆయన ఇక్కడ ఎలక్ట్ అయ్యారు. అప్పుడు తర్వాత విద్యార్థి ఉద్యమంలోనూ వివిధ ప్రజా ఉద్యమాల్లో పాల్గొంటూ సిపిఎం పాలిట్ బ్యూరో సభ్యుడిగా ఉన్నారు. నవ్ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ Comrade Nilothpal Basu to speak.
Good morning, friends. I'm sorry that I cannot speak Telugu, though I managed to make out of Telugu language also. Now you see, we have come to face a very unprecedented situation in the country today. Of course, the main issue which we are faced with is the fallout of the legislations that the government passed in the parliament, in the two houses on Monday and Tuesday. That is scrapping of Article 370 and at the same time also bifurcating the state of Jammu and Kashmir into two parts, two union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Of these two, Ladakh has been made a union territory without any legislature, like Delhi or Puducherry or Andaman, and Jammu and Kashmir is a union territory which has which will have a legislature, but it will not be a full-fledged state. Now, this is unprecedented because it is only during the British times that we saw that the British colonial government did not take the Indian people into confidence and passed many laws. And this has been also the trend elsewhere in the world where colonial governments were there. They did not used to take the people into confidence. The other aspect that has also come to the fore is the fact that the entire people of Jammu and Kashmir, especially the Kashmir Valley, they were put under a unprecedented lockdown where people were not allowed to come out of their houses, and all major political leaders, not just separatist leaders, but political leaders who have always maintained their allegiance to the Indian nation and the Indian constitution, and in fact have braved attacks on their self because of professing their allegiance to India. I can mention one of them, the Cpim legislature, many times legislature, Yusuf Tariqami, who had to suffer 3 or 4 major attacks by the separatists on their lives, but still these leaders have maintained their allegiance, participated in elections, have got elected to parliament, to assemblies, and so on and so forth. So, to keep everybody out of the process and deciding on the future of that state, and it's a very strange situation. We were surprised that the YSR Congress party and also the TDP also supported this move. Now, Andhra has rocked in the past on the demand of the special status. And all over the country, we find states fighting to be upgraded from the union territory status to a full statehood. This is perhaps the first time in the history of independent India that we find a full-fledged state being reduced to the level of a union territory where the people through their elected representatives will not have much say in deciding their future is in plain terms, I mean, absolutely a murder of democracy. And we are also surprised as to how YSR Congress, parties like YSR Congress or TDP can support and at the same time, in the same breath, saying that please give us a status, special status. The other thing which is very serious is that those of us who have from day one opposed this move, because you see, 370 is not a special provision which came out of nothing. You know that at the height of the tensions and the communal polarization, along with the establishment of India and Pakistan, we had this situation in Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, where the peasantry, particularly of the Kashmir Valley, they fought for accession to India instead of joining Pakistan. And they faced the invading army from Pakistan and really forced the king, Hari Singh, to give up his doubts and sign the instrument of accession, which was a very important step at that point in time to consolidate the newly emerging democratic secular republic. And as part of that deal, it was agreed to that certain special powers will be given. Later on, this was solemnized in the constitution through the adoption of Article 370. Now, we know that the ideological and political forefathers of RSS, of BJP, and who were the communal elements, they fomented much trouble in the region at that point in time, and they never could accept that on the border of Pakistan will sit a state which was Muslim majority. They were never reconciled to the fact. So continuously, all these years, 70 years, we have seen a campaign against Article 370. Not 70 years, maybe 60 years, because it was adopted later. And now Article 370 is gone. But along with that, this question of reducing the level of the state's powers through making them outright union territory, and the bifurcation of state was never put in the BJP manifesto. I mean, this is a decision which is taken secretly. And our point is, we have seen earlier new states being born of Telangana, of Chhattisgarh, of Jharkhand. In every case, there were very prolonged consultation and bargaining, and as a result of that, the assemblies actually took resolution on the basis of that division took place. Here, the government has purposefully not held the assembly elections. We draw your attention to the fact that during the parliament election, when there was elections held for the Lok Sabha, but no elections were held, simultaneous assembly elections were held. We are having access to a document from election observers to the state where they say that immediately after there are conditions where immediately after the parliament elections are over, assembly elections can be held. But it was not held. And as a result of that, there was no assembly at this time of this very crucial and fateful decision. and the government has interpreted in the parliament, which is being questioned, and I believe that it will continue to be questioned, that can the parliament assume the legislative powers of the state when the assembly is not in existence, and take such a momentous decision? Can it be democratic? So now we have a situation where we have to go to the people that this is an outright attack on our federal structure, and it is very unfortunate that parties like YSR Congress or TDP has sided with this blatant attack on federalism, on democracy, and therefore this fight will go on. Now this is taking place at a point in time where the economy is in shambles. You are seeing every day reports are out. Now for the last 15 days, that one of the most vibrant sectors of the manufacturing economy, that is the automobile sector, which employs about 4.5 crores of people. Now 10 out of 17 automobile companies in the company are in the red. And already more than 10 lakh people have lost their jobs. The unemployment rate in the country is the highest in the last 45 years. This government had withheld the basic statistics about employment before the election. Immediately after the new government was formed, they have released the official data which confirms this fact. And we are seeing that everywhere. I mean, sectors which had some movement in the past, real estate, say airline travel, freight movement, all are showing negative features. These are not statistics. This is reality, what is happening. The rural areas, the severe agrarian crisis is there. We had a severe drought. The government does not talk about all these things. Both the Prime Minister and the Home Minister says our priority is national security. Can there be any secure national security in the country without the security of livelihood of its people? And at the same time, we are seeing other moves. A draft national education policy has been released, where again the attack is on federalism. All powers of the state governments have been taken away. And regional party-run administrations, they keep quiet about all these things. So this is a shocking situation. We, the left parties, have decided that we will... And of course, there is this other set of issues that arises out of phasing out all the 44 existing labor laws and replacing that with 4 omnibus labor codes, where all powers of the workers, the right, even the right to form trade unions, will become extremely difficult, and they are on the selling spree of the public assets of the country. Many public sector like Indian Airlines, like BSNL, like all these 39 defense manufacturing units are all being put on sale. So all over the country we have seen already major protests breaking out. Trade unions are on the streets. The peasant organizations, because another very, very serious development is under the Forest Right Act, there are about 1 crore 10 lakhs of tribal and poor peasants living in the forest areas. They were removed by the Supreme Court, and the day on which this crucial decision was being taken, we had seen that even the government did not put up its own lawyer to fight the case. Then subsequently there was a major protest, so now again the case has come up, and there are reports from the proceedings of the Supreme Court day before yesterday, where 9 states have on record in the court mentioned that they did not examine the applications for the granting of patta, and without granting them, they have gone. So this is a result of the activism of the Kisan and the tribal organizations which approached all the state governments to come up. So that case is going on. So in this kind of a horrific situation, and we saw the fraud of the budget, where even the figures that the government is giving in the budget papers, they cannot be verified. I mean, this is an abnormal situation. So on all these questions on the livelihood, security, on democracy, attacks on, and the unprecedented communal polarization, there's everything is being sought to be interpreted in the terms of exclusive religious identity of the people. So we think that it is not a simple situation that we have, and the three left parties, they have decided. You have seen already yesterday all over the country and everywhere very widespread protests were there. Democratic sections other than the political parties, social movements, they have also joined. And we have decided that with whatever might we have, we will go to the people, we will take the issue, because this is too serious to be decided only by the government. You see, on the streets, because in the parliament also. I mean, I think the record number of legislations were passed with virtually no discussion. For the first time, terrorist, an individual can be designated a terrorist, even though that organization is not named. And the structure of law and jurisprudence is being changed. Earlier, our jurisprudence meant that you are innocent till proven guilty. But in all these latest laws that the government are passing, the principle is you are guilty till proven innocent. You have to, the onus is on the citizen. In the Assam, we are seeing this horrific situation over the NRC and the Foreigners Tribunal, which has put up this detention centers and where people are living subhuman quality of life. So all over the country, we are seeing this attempts to polarize the people, to divide the people, and at the same time, there is such severe attack on their livelihood. It is in this background that we have to see the Kashmir question. And till now, we do not know, we have not been able to contact our own activist and Comrade Tarigami, who we don't know where they have kept him. Today's some newspapers reporting 500 people have been arrested. There is a tremendous calm. So we call for utmost unity of the people and to really arrest the journey towards a dangerous situation that the government has embarked upon.